long hair, things like that, living on the river. Well, this gentleman was clean cut, and he came over and he said, "Hey, I don't know if you guys remember me." And we said, "Yeah, you're Kevin." And he apologized for not being real honest about his drug use and things like that. And he said, "But you guys told me to come back when I'm ready for help, and I'm here because I want help."
I always saw like the police were my enemy. They were against me, right? Because I want to do my drugs and I want to do my crime, and why don't they just leave me alone, right? So, that changed, that thinking changed, and Mike Jones and his team had a lot to do with that.
Yeah, I think Kevin's story is one of thousands of stories that, the county through Office of Homeless Services and all the various programs that focus on homelessness, there's people every day that exit homelessness, and one is not giving up. And in Kevin's story, he didn't give up.
I have a decent life. I have a beautiful little 7-year-old daughter, and I'm a truck driver, and I'm a part-time DJ. I like that. I like music. I have a bunch of friends. I go to lots of meetings, right? That's my life today, is recovery and family, and I'm blessed for it. Thank you. The Hope team especially, yes, thank you.
Once again, San Bernardino County has set the standard. This year, we proudly earned 257 Achievement Awards from the National Association of Counties, more than any other county in the U.S. for the 3rd year running. Out of more than 3,000 counties nationwide, we're leading the way in innovation, efficiency, and service that inspires. Under the Board of Supervisors' leadership, we were honored this year for introducing children to STEAM learning, helping our residents stay informed and alert in a crisis, connecting local vendors with the county departments that need their services, empowering and educating the community about the challenges of premature birth, launching new initiatives to house our most vulnerable population, protecting the integrity of elections, enhancing pedestrian safety for students and parents walking to school, creating convenient opportunities to get married in a memorable location, and providing real-time status of emergency evacuations progress with the San Bernardino County Sheriff's Department Evacuation Solution, a Best in Category award winner. And these are just a few highlights from the more than 250 awards recognizing the exceptional services that San Bernardino County delivers every day.
Well, ARMC's therapy dog program consists of dogs that have been certified to come and visit patients here at the hospital who may be feeling a little lonely, who may have been here long term. It's just a little visit to put a smile on their face.
You want to guess what you weigh? Close, 130.
People do respond very well to dogs, especially in a situation like a hospital. When people meet therapy dogs, right away, the tension just kind of melts away. It lowers their blood pressure.
This is Nova. She is basically a cane corso, Italian Mastiff. She belongs to an association called Pet Partners, which is the largest therapy dog organization in the country. She actually loves coming to the hospital and being with the people, and she seems to sense what people need her the most.
Oh yeah, you like your ears scratched, huh? It takes you away from, the present, gives you a little feeling of being home.
Going in and interacting with the patients' families, it helps them more than the actual patients most of the time.
You can't pet a therapy dog and not be in a good mood. This is Tula. Tula Louise is going to be 5 in June. She's been a therapy dog now going on 3 years. We had to first get our CGC, which is our Canine Good Citizen. We just 2 years ago joined First Responder Therapy Dogs. Would she like to see the dogs? We try to be here on Mondays, and then she's here during the week on
Tuesdays and Fridays.
And then we have a third dog that's
Here
Sunday
Friday afternoons and Sundays.
Sunday.
They're bringing a lot of joy, a lot of kindness to us. The patients love them. The staff absolutely adore them. They bring that stress level down. They're not just here for the patient, and they do a wonderful job at it.
My favorite part about bringing her here is seeing the joy that she brings to everyone, because I know how happy she makes me at home. So just sharing the joy.
Both Nova and I love coming here, enjoying interacting with the people, whether it's the staff or the families or the patients. It's just a good experience, like you're contributing something.
Today we are celebrating the installation of a 1923 Ford Model T here at the San Bernardino County Museum. It was donated by Dr. Herbert Fisher and the Fisher family. This car really reflects the development of the car culture in Southern California and really all of America, and it reflects the development of the middle class. The Model T opened up access to travel for most Americans. This car specifically was used in the area in agriculture for the last 70 years.
It's a 1923 Model T Roadster pickup. With our roots, there's 4 generations of us that are from San Bernardino, and I was always very happy to share it with the community.
So because of the connection between our board chair and Dr. Fisher, after meeting with David and some of his staff, he decided to be gracious and give the Model T to the museum here.
The vehicle that has been donated to the County of San Bernardino Museum is here at Fleet because we are going to get it prepped to be able to have it as a display within the museum. And so some of the things we do is drain the fuels, get the electrical system ready so that people can look at it, and there's no dangers of any fuels or any type of oils that would leak onto the museum floor.
These are drastically different than modern vehicles, so it does take us a little bit of research. I mean, this vehicle is 102 years old.
Obviously, the Model T through history has been a sign of progression, but this car tells the story of Redlands, San Bernardino in 3 lifetimes, essentially.
It was owned by an orange grove grower in Redlands who was a customer of my father's retail flower nursery, Flowerland, in San Bernardino, which started in 1947. In 1950, my father convinced the orange grove grower to sell him the car for $50.
And then it was a delivery truck for the Flowerland nursery.
It's kind of interesting because we lived at the nursery and we've been taking care of the car since.
So for some of that time, it sat in a garage, but for much of that time, Dr. Fisher was restoring the car to its perfect mint condition that it's in today. He had it in parades, he had it in celebrations.
So I gave some thought to where it should go, and when I found out about the museum, I felt like couldn't be a better place for it.
I think the addition of this Model T to the collection, especially here in history and here in the citrus industry exhibit, furthers the collection that the museum already has. I think it further helps to tell the story of not only agriculture but citrus, and just the connection between the Fisher family, who've been longtime residents of our county, to the museum. It's just a wonderful match made in heaven.
And now we get 80,000 visitors a year who are going to be able to enjoy it.
Disaster can strike at any moment, whether it's a winter snowstorm, summer wildfire, or an earthquake. Being ready is our best line of defense. San Bernardino County knows that we're stronger together, so we're asking you to prepare with us. Visit prepare.sbcounty.gov to equip yourself with knowledge. Sign up for emergency alerts or download our Ready SB County app. Learn how to create a family plan, assemble an emergency kit, and more. Preparedness is a responsibility we all share, and preparedness starts here. Discover why there's so much to love in San Bernardino County by visiting love.sbcounty.gov.
Today, we're touring high school campuses around San Bernardino, meeting with students, teachers, and career pathway programs who are helping prepare the next generation of San Bernardino County's workforce.
10 years ago, the members of the Board of Education had this vision for the career and technical education pathways to prepare students for college and the workforce.
The Workforce Development Department can help county departments who are interested in providing work experience learning opportunities to a youth worker by helping to facilitate placement opportunities and paying participant wages.
The goal of the CTE pathways is to prepare our students to industry standards to be absolutely prepared to enter the workforce the day after high school graduation.
We have a variety of CTE pathways, from business to construction. We have a digital media and arts academy. We have a lot of different pathways for the students to choose from.
When I was in high school, it very much was you have this set list of classes that you get the grades in, you'll get your diploma. These CTE programs are much more focused on helping students build those skills for those next steps in their life.
We're really blessed to have a lot of access to multiple modalities. You can come in after school and work with athletes. You can go out onto the field and work with athletes there too. It's just multiple skills, critical thinking that we learned in this program that carry out through life.
Where before we'd have to pay like upwards of $100 grand and such just to learn those skills, to where now, like in high school, the students are actually leaving with 21st century skills and like job skills and things that they could use right away.
I chose this pathway because the dental industry has always been like a passion of mine. I think that it's really helpful, it's really beneficial because it gives us the hands-on learning that we need. We already know a lot more than what a normal person going into that field would know.
We have 8 fully functional dental units. We have a fully functional infection control area.
Classroom spaces that we have created are even a cut above the private sector.
I'm always talking about this beautiful building, so there'll be great candidates for all those positions or future positions that will open in our county.
I like the teachers, I like all the tools, the trucks that we have. Technically everything that we have here in this pathway, I love.
The opportunities that we have here, like taking certifications, is just things I would not have had without this academy. And the teacher is a really good motivator. He's been the mentor that I have been hoping to have.
These practical approaches in CTE and how we approach learning in CTE has really changed the game for the future workforce. And I can't wait to see what my students do next.
The county's Workforce Development Department and our coordinator, Chelsea Ramirez, have developed this system for our students to earn an internship certificate. San Bernardino County can hire them directly out of school.
The partnership is great, and the students in San Bernardino City Unified are absolutely spectacular. Our students want to stay local to their families, and being able to partner with San Bernardino County Workforce for our students to compete for San Bernardino County jobs is incredible.
I have a lot of family in San Bernardino County. I plan to stay in San Bernardino County the rest of my life, so I felt like this was the best option for me.
This partnership could potentially change not only the trajectory of our students' lives, but also the trajectory of the city.
We're extremely excited, and that continues on with the vision of having our kids stay right here in the county of San Bernardino, where the money stays here, the brilliance stays here, and our community starts to rise.
The county is helping to ensure that the next generation has the skills and work experience they need to land the career of their dreams and support our economy.
During a major disaster, staying informed is crucial. Sign up for the San Bernardino County Telephone Emergency Notification System, TENS, to receive emergency alerts for your area. TENS alerts are sent via phone and text, providing you with critical updates such as evacuation warnings and orders. Simply register with a valid San Bernardino County address. Don't wait until it's too late. Register now at oes.sbcounty.gov. Connect with us, stay prepared, stay informed.
It's an honor to be here today to celebrate the groundbreaking of the Glen Helen Parkway Bridge project.
This is really going to impact not just the local community, but the region. It's important that we listen to our residents. Our residents say, why is this not finished? And it's important that we address those issues.
This is a brand new 4-lane bridge that crosses the Cajon Wash, and it connects to the former bridge that was already here. This is going to create a great new traffic flow, traffic pattern for all the residents in this area.
It's being built with local lifestyle in mind, including multi-use pathways that are horse trail friendly,
and designated bike lanes and sidewalks.
This $52.2 million funded project is a collaborative effort with our federal partners, our regional transportation partners, and then there's a county match involved, and County Public Works will see this through to fruition.
We're going to be working with the county closely and making sure that we are here to provide all the assistance to make sure the project is delivered.
I will thank in advance our residents for their patience as we start construction. There will be inconveniences, but we will do our best to minimize those. We will always have access through this area.
This is an investment for the community. This is making sure that they have better transit. And we look at our police and fire can have better access routes. People could come to our regional parks and see the great things that we're doing, the great investments. That means more people coming to the county of San Bernardino to enjoy the beautiful amenities that we have here.
I am so excited that people are going to find it easier to get in and out of Glen Helen Regional Park, whether they're coming here for just a day at the swim facility, a picnic with friends, or if they're coming here for a large concert.
For the next 2 years, we will be working very hard to complete this project so we can have this improved, safer road for all of the community.
San Bernardino County constituents have been saying for over the years they need help with having affordable vaccines provided for them, as well as spays and neuters. Our Animal Care's Mobile Services does provide services such as vaccines, microchipping. We also have our licensing department here with us.
San Bernardino County is huge, so having a mobile unit lets us get out and give services to every corner of our county.
This mobile unit will be operating here at the shelter for the shelter pets before they're adopted, as well as into the community of the unincorporated areas of San Bernardino.
Honestly, it is very convenient. The wait time is very helpful, like it's fast.
It's been terrific, yeah. It's very smooth, organized, so far seamless, yeah.
I think the county should provide more services to the people that live here. It's very helpful for those who can't really afford it.
You can get basically all the services you need, you can get connected to here. We have lists for low-cost clinics, for follow-up care. We can get you basically started on the right track with your animal.
We have had a lot of positive feedback. You can see it in their eyes as well as their animals that they are very happy that they're able to come in their own neighborhood and get these services provided for them.
For services for this mobile unit, please just make sure that you check out our social media for San Bernardino Animal Care as well as our website. It's a great opportunity for us to be able to provide this for our constituents, and we're super happy to get this started, and it's been a long time coming.
Barely. No beer in there. I'm beyond old. I'm ancient. You're doing better than most. Yeah, the rest are in the cemetery.
Good morning. I'd like to thank you all for joining us here today. This morning, our Pledge of Allegiance and invocation will be presented by the First District.
Yes, I'm honored today to introduce Pastor Aaron Seeger. He is currently serving as the interim pastor at Church of the Valley, located in the town of Apple Valley. Prior to this position, he had been involved with various churches through filling up the pulpits. I didn't know you had to do that. Offering pastoral care and giving guidance and leadership with the goal of strengthening churches across the high desert. In 2005, the pastor received a BA, Bachelor of Arts, in Environmental Studies from Cal State San Bernardino, and in 2019, a Master's in Theology from Dallas Theological Cemetery located in Dallas, Texas. He has been married to his wife, Pam, for the past 22 years. Together, they have 2 children, a son who is sophomore at Victor Valley College, and a daughter who is a senior at Hesperiot High School. He has a passion for preaching and teaching God's Word. And his favorite Bible verse is found in Proverbs 3:5-6. Trust in the Lord with all your heart and do not lean on your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge him, and he will make your paths straight. In addition to pastoring, he loves coaching boys and girls tennis at his local high school and getting involved with the community. So, Pastor, wherever you are, I see you.
Yes, you do.
Best dressed again, right?
That's right.
You're
That's
up.
right. Thank you, Colonel Cook. Let's go ahead and pray. Lord, your word says that you set kings up and you take them down. So first and foremost, Lord, we acknowledge your sovereignty over all nations. We recognize your sovereignty over every government leader whom you've raised up. In fact, you say there is no authority except that which you have established. And so, Lord, we acknowledge that our government has been established and ordained by you, that our leaders have been placed in their positions by you. But Lord, you didn't put them there without a purpose. In fact, 1 Timothy 2, you tell us to pray for our leaders so that we may live peaceful and quiet lives in all godliness and holiness. And Lord, that is the purpose that you have given them. And so we recognize the responsibility that our leaders have to you. A responsibility that cannot be taken lightly, a responsibility that cannot be neglected, a responsibility, Lord, that requires wisdom. But not just any wisdom, rather a wisdom, Lord, that is sourced in you. You tell us in Proverbs that it is the Lord who gives wisdom, and from his mouth comes knowledge and understanding. In fact, you say the fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. Lord, there is no wisdom apart from you. And so this morning, we lift this board up to you now. Just as King Solomon asked for wisdom and discernment to govern his nation, so we ask that you would grant this board wisdom and discernment to govern our county. Guide their decisions in a way that is honorable and pleasing to you. Guide their decisions in a way that we, the people, can flourish under their leadership. Guide their decisions so that we may live peaceful and quiet lives in all godliness and holiness. Lord, this is the purpose for which you've established government. And Lord, we acknowledge that government isn't always easy. That's why we need your wisdom. We need your understanding. We need the discernment that only you can give. Lord, we pray it for these leaders. And lastly, Lord, we want to say thank you. Thank you for the blessings that you've given our nation. Lord, even though we may take it for granted, Lord, you have greatly blessed us with tremendous prosperity. And so we acknowledge that blessing that can only come from you. And so, Lord, with that, we say thanks. We pray all this in Jesus' name. Amen. Let's recite the pledge. Ready? Begin. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We will now move on to our memorial adjournments. Vice Chair Baca. Supervisor Cook.
I have none.
Supervisor Armendariz. Supervisor Hagman.
Thank you. I asked our board to adjourn in memory of Steve Lewis today. Steve was a Chino Planning Commissioner. He was born and raised in Chino. Steve was a Chino High and Mount San Antonio College graduate, where he earned an associate's degree of science in computer and network technology. After a fierce battle with cancer, he passed away on the night of September 30th. He has been the IT support coordinator for KDC Construction since February 2018. Steve was first appointed to the City of Chino's Planning Commission in December 2014 and started his term in January 25. During his tenure, he served as vice chairman and chairman. Prior to serving in the Planning Commission, Steve served as a Community Services Commissioner for Chino from 2002 to 2007, focusing on improving the community's quality of life. He's also served on the city's Design Review Board. Steve was a member of the Board of Directors of the Chino Youth Museum and has also served on that board's president and vice president and treasurer. Steve was well known throughout the community. Thank you.
Thank you very much. This morning we have two special presentations, and I would like my colleagues to join me in the well, please. Could I ask Lorraine Johnson to please join us? Come on up. Good morning. We would like to present a special resolution in honor of Lorraine Johnson, who's retiring after 26 years of service to the county. She began her career in the Department of Aging and Adult Services with the position of Social Worker 1, and she was later promoted to Social Worker 2. She served the Adult Protective Services Program for 14 years and spent her time advocating for some of our most vulnerable residents. We thank you very much for your dedication and all the years of service to the county. We wish you a happy retirement.
Thank you. Good morning, Board of Supervisors, Director, Department of Aging and Adult Services, Public Guardian, Sharon Evans. I stand before you this morning honored, humbled, and happy. I've had the opportunity of a lifetime to serve in a career as a social worker, and most of all, to serve the community of the High Desert. It has been an honor and a pleasure, and I thank everybody. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Can we ask the family to join us? Aw. Here, we'll put you right here.
Right here? Okay. Thank you.
Congratulations. Thank you again. Now we have a sad but special presentation to make. We would ask Tom to join us, please. Tom Bunton is our county council, and he is retiring after 3 decades in public service and professionalism to law and public service. Tom was appointed as county council in 2022 and has led the office with distinction. His contributions will be remembered for a long time here with deep respect and gratitude. We thank you for all of your work and everything that you have done for the entire board. We wish you well in retirement, and we will certainly miss you.
All right. Well, contrary to popular belief, Colonel, lawyers don't get paid by the word, so this is going to be a short little. Colonel says they get overpaid by the word. Maybe there's some truth to that, but
You need your orange hat on.
my orange hat. I just want to thank the members of the Board of Supervisors. It's been a real privilege to serve as County Council here in San Bernardino County for nearly 4 years now. It's a job that's very rewarding. We have some difficult things that have to be done and decisions that have to be made, but it has really been a privilege and a cap to my legal career to serve in this position. So thank you very much. Also want to thank Luther, all of the team here in the county admin. We deal with some important issues to try to advance the ball for the citizens of San Bernardino. You all do a great job. Everybody's committed to doing that, advancing the ball for the citizens. The board obviously works extremely hard to do that. And on behalf of the citizens, I guess I can speak, we appreciate the service. Also, then finally, the Office of County Council. I came in, from the outside. They didn't know me. I didn't know them. And we've forged, I think, a very good working relationship to advance the ball and help your departments, help the county, to try to achieve its goals. So thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Can we bring the county council staff up?
So anybody from County Council wants to come down and be in the photo, there should be all of you that are here. Until the end of the day.
You have this many? You needed that much to get your service?
I did. This many and more. This many and more. We have some tall people, so this may be a challenge. All right. Yes. I know, that's true.
Right, now we will move on to our reports from our county council. Tom.
All right, thank you, Madam Chair. In the case of San Bernardino County versus Everest National Insurance Company et al., the Board of Supervisors voted 5-0 to file a writ asking the Court of Appeal to review the trial court's orders, denying the county's motions for summary judgment in this case, which seeks recovery from multiple insurance companies for money paid to settle lawsuits. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Reports from our CEO, Luther.
All right. Thank you, Madam Chair. I'd like to congratulate our multimedia services team, as well as our county museum and Department of Public Works. They brought home not just one, but 2 Best Video Awards from the California Association of Public Information Officers Star Awards ceremony that occurred last week. This was a statewide competition, and our team proudly represented San Bernardino County among the best in California. I think it's the first time we've won the Best in Video Award. So congratulations to the team. Thank you to Multimedia Services for their outstanding work. That concludes my reports.
Very good. That brings us to our individual board member comments. Vice Chair Baca.
Thank you, Chair Rao. I just want to thank Children and Family Services for hosting a wonderful independent city event with many of our foster youth and our probation students at Valley College here in San Bernardino. It was a great event. It was a great fair. There was a lot of vendors there. But I think the most important thing for our young children was really to provide them with a budget and job opportunities, but also to show them the value of money and what it would take to help them transition into civilian life. So as they age out, having those experiences, knowing how to budget. And it was a great workshop. It was fun for all the kids. I think it's just a sign of the good work that Children and Family Services is doing. Also want to thank Assemblyman Ramos and Governor Gavin Newsom for the work on AB 385, which was signed by the governor last week. It was a Glen Helen Regional Park legislation. And what this legislation will do will safeguard Glen Helen Regional Park and create new opportunities for San Bernardino County residents. This legislation ensures that more than 1,300 of the parkland remain protected for families to enjoy, while allowing to have flexibility for future economic growth and expansion for recreation within the county of San Bernardino. So I just want to thank Assemblyman Ramos for his great work. It was signed on October 3rd by the governor. Also want to thank the San Bernardino County Museum for hosting their Old Spanish Trail event at the Agua Mansa Cemetery this weekend. It's a great event, but really just trying to educate people on the history of the Agua Mansa Cemetery and how it was the first settlement in San Bernardino County. There's many individuals that are still passionate about it. Actually, a lot of members, family members that have those that have been buried there in the cemetery were there to participate in the event. So I want to thank San Bernardino County Museum for doing that work. Also, in honor of Hispanic Heritage Month, our office has recognized 5 individuals from the 5th District. I want to congratulate them on the great work they do in the community. Armando Herrera is a small business owner in the Bloomington community. Crystal Polito, she is a principal at Eisenhower High School in Rialto. And then one of our nonprofits, Escaramuza Villa de Guadalupe, They're a nonprofit that does great work training young ladies to compete with horses in our Muscoy community. And Glady Vasquez, who's an activist and very active with Immaculate Church in Colton, California. And then Jamie Rios, who's an educator that does a lot for our kids in the San Bernardino City Unified School District. And the last thing, just want to announce this Friday, we're having a college and career readiness event, which is here in the chambers. I want to thank Workforce Development and all our county departments for participating in this event. It's targeting San Bernardino County Schools, Rialto Unified, San Bernardino City Unified, and Colton Joint Unified, and really exposing them to career paths and hopefully come back and work for the county someday. And the last two items, just want to highlight on board agenda items. Item number 5, Older Californians Nutritional Program for the City of San Bernardino. This is extending the contract for additional dollars to provide senior nutritional services. And it just shows me a couple things. One's that, many of our seniors are hurting out there, so there is a strong need. And I just want to thank the City of San Bernardino for the great work they do. And item 20 is the Gardner Holt Education Through Imagination. This is increasing the Animaker space in the Rialto Library. This is going to expand educational opportunities through STEAM and career pathways and real-world learning for our Rialto residents. So I just want to thank county libraries and staff for putting this item together. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you very much. Supervisor Cook.
I have nothing.
Supervisor Armendariz.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Just want to start with thanking the city, actually Fontana Chamber of Commerce for allowing me to participate in their passing of the gavel for their new chairman, Alex De La Rosa from Pallet Market, Inc. One of the other things I was able to do is attend the Sheriff's Rodeo this year with my family. I want to thank the sheriff and his incredible team for putting that event on. It all goes to a great cause. Also was able to participate in the Tesla Roadshow. I want to thank Chief Muncie for taking the time to put that on, and I got to learn a lot about a lot of misnomers when it comes to electric vehicles, as far as safety and effectiveness and what's new and coming out. So thank him for putting that on. I was able to visit Jurupa Vista Elementary, where I was invited by the principal, and I was toured by their 6th grade ASB president, who showed me, of all things, the detriments in their school that they would like to have someone come and help with. But just to see them put on a whole presentation for me, sixth graders putting on a whole presentation for me. So my challenge to them was come back with a petition and having all their other 6th grade counterparts sign, and then we would have a discussion on how we could help them. So looking forward to see how that works out. Also was able to speak at Change the Narrative, hosted by the National Alliance for Mental Health. I want to thank them for giving me the opportunity to speak and really talk about the stigma that surrounds mental health and being able to give my firsthand accounts and my opinion on the importance of us changing that narrative of what it is to have a mental health disorder and how we can help those around us. I want to thank DPH for bringing services out for that event, and also celebrated the 35th anniversary of Water of Life Church. I was able to give them a certificate, not just to celebrate 35 years, but to actually recognize all the great work they've done in the West End when it comes to whether it's them piloting their Cherish, which is for single moms, or their CityLink, which is for homeless, and just they do a lot of great work for the community, and I just wanted to kind of acknowledge all of that. Rivers Edge Ranch for drug addiction. So constantly being in the community and giving back was one of the biggest things that I wanted to acknowledge them for. And we also had the announcement that our pastor there at Water of Life was actually retiring, and he gave his official retirement speech at the event. Great event. Also, last but not least, want to let everyone know that we are having an event tonight between 5 and 7 at La Tapatia in Fontana. It's titled Let's Taco About It. So come on out, meet with us, talk, and let's taco about it. So see you there. That's it.
Supervisor Hagman.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Just a couple updates on SBCTA. We are developing of a regional homeless strategic plan that will kick off this fall. We also got awarded $2.3 million in SCAG REAP 2.0. That was for our housing element and implementation and technical assistance, so we can start working on our low-cost housing, even more than what we're doing at the county. SBCTA also recently approved $3.3 million for improvements at the SR 60 and Euclid Avenue interchange. Ontario International Airport Authority was awarded $10.81 million from FAA for critical infrastructure improvements, including repaving of the runways and 24 low-emission energy units to power aircraft while on the ground. Alaska Air is going to be in nonstop between Ontario and Boise, Idaho in January. And Brewery X and Chick-fil-A are both expanding to the second locations and available both terminals 2 and 4 coming up very shortly. And lastly, in Chino Hills on Halloween, the shops at Chino Hills will be hosting a trick-or-treat event from 3 to 5. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Chief Muncie, I'd like to thank you and your team and echo the Supervisor Armendariz' comments on the Tesla event. And from my standpoint, it was interesting to look about the suppression of the batteries within electric vehicles, but more so the capabilities that Tesla has to deploy power packs to our vulnerable communities. And it was really interesting. They use solar panels, they put them there, and then our citizens can come up, potentially plug into them, charge vehicles, charge laptops. So I'm thinking about our areas that have natural disasters and how we can get what used to be historically generators out to them for communication. And in talking to Tesla, they said there are two things that we do well. We do power and we do communications. And it was evident in that. So look forward to the continued talks on that and how we can serve our residents better. And then just to highlight two things that we have on our consent calendar today. Item number 2 is the proclamation that we had for the third week in October to declare it as National Hunter Syndrome Awareness Week. Hunter syndrome is a rare genetic disorder that affects approximately 1 in 100,000 live male births worldwide. Symptoms often appear early in childhood, and early diagnosis is critical to improving the quality of life outcomes for individuals who are affected by this syndrome. So this proclamation is being presented to Project Alive, a nonprofit that exists to find a cure for Hunter syndrome through research and advocacy and provides resources to families that are impacted by the disease. In addition, we also have another proclamation to proclaim October 5th through 11th as National 4-H Week. 4-H is the America's largest youth development organization that is focused on equipping young people with skills for the future. National 4-H Week will also celebrate throughout organizations, the United States wide, and their impact that they have on the lives of our younger generation. So thank you for that. And now we will move on to additions or revisions to today's agenda. Lina.
Good morning, Madam Chair. Yes, we have 2 changes for today's agenda. Item number 15 is being taken off calendar, and item number 36 is also being taken off calendar. Those are all the changes I have. Thank you.
Thank you very much. No, 36. Now we will move on to board agenda conflicts. If any board member has an item that they wish to disclose for a conflict on today's agenda, now would be the time to do so. And I will start with my conflict of interest on agenda item number 48, which is Bear Valley Electric, and they donated $1,000 to my campaign December 30th of 2024. Any other conflicts? Yeah.
I have a conflict. My staff knows better at my age, so they bold it. But since I'm getting older and older, they have to bold it even more. Anyway, I have a conflict that will be abstaining on item number 48. I received a $1,000 contribution from Bear Valley Electric Service Incorporated on December 3rd, 2024. And thank you for helping me. And I was not napping, even though the snoring might have woke you up.
We will now move on to our consent calendar, which today consists of items number 2 through 46 with the noted changes from our clerk. I do have 2 requests to speak. Do I have any board members wishing to pull an item for discussion later? Any comments? All right, the first request to speak that I have is from Jane Hunt-Rubel, who will be followed by Carlo.
Good morning, board members. I didn't know it would come up this quickly. I'm speaking on item 46. I just now, recently found out about it. I was reading the agenda this morning, and it's in the land use department. I was just wondering. It says, considering a proposed ordinance relating to the adoption by reference, including local amendments of the 2025 California Building Code, the 2024 International Property Maintenance Code, and 2024 International Swimming Pool and Spa Code. But the one that really caught my eye, and the 2025 California Wildland Urban Interface Code. And I've been a proponent for the California, wildlands, urban wildlands interface, especially after all the fires we've had, starting in, the old fire. That was really devastating. And even the Panorama fire. I went to the city council meetings because they were both in the city of San Bernardino, and it also the old fire affected our community in the county. But I went to the city council meeting, and they seemed to, right after the fires, both fires, they build in areas they should not build in, like Vermont now. I just was up there yesterday, and they're building more homes right up into the foothill areas. And there's certain areas, like the wash areas, you should maintain. They're wildland urban connectors too, because they start up in the mountains like Lila Cajon Wash, and that's how the fire spread in the old fire. The two fires met, and they came down Cajon and Lytle Creek. And it was only 4 blocks from my house, and I evacuated because I kept going on seeing the flames. But something's got to be done about the standards about not building in the wildlands urban interface areas, because you're just asking for more and more problems, plus property damage. And I just don't understand how cities and counties promote all this. They keep on approving these developments. So I was really interested in that, and I got to read up more about the California wildland urban interface. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. The last request to speak that I have is from Carlo today.
Good morning, County. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, Commissioner. What I want to discuss is pretty much when grants are provided to certain agencies, what is the accountability that we do have, right? What I have here in my possession is a filing that I received 10 minutes before the dependency court hearing that stated that the abuse that my daughter had discussed with not only her teachers, her grandfather, and everybody else never happened.
Sir, this is on preschool services, item number 21 in the grant.
21, in the grant with children's services and whatnot, right?
I'm sorry, this is not a grant for children and family services.
Oh, it's not?
No.
Oh, okay, well, at the end of the day is thank you for correcting that. Yeah, he lied. So, and I have the receipts.
Thank you very much. That is the last request to speak that I have. I'll have a motion. Thank you,
Hagman
Vice
seconds.
Chair, and thank you, Supervisor Hagman, for the second. All those in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Any abstentions?
Thank you, Madam Chair. With that, the consent calendar passes unanimously.
Very well, and I will now, because of my conflict, hand off the meeting to Vice Chair Baca.
Thank you, Madam Chair. We'll now move to discussion calendar, begin with item number 47, employment contract for County Council, which I will present. On September 23rd, 2025, board meeting, County Council announced that the board voted to appoint Laura Feingold as County Council pursuant to Government Code Section 54953C. The terms of agreement must be read into the record. The contract is effective October 4th, 2025. The salary is set at $346,528, which is equivalent to exempt salary range 107B, step 14. Benefits are $151,262, which is equivalent to exempt Group B benefits. Ms. Feingold will also receive contribution to the county's 457B deferred compensation plan up to the IRS limit,
and in addition, match the 401k plan in the amount not to exceed 12% of salary. I believe we have two public speakers on this item. The first to speak is Karen. On County Council's item, Karen? And next up to speak is Carlo.
Good morning. I'm here today to expose the horrifying reality of how family courts, child protective services, and related agencies are profiting off the suffering of good families while leaving children and parents emotionally devastated.
Excuse me, madam, I believe this is germane to the county council's contract, and I believe you're talking about a CFS issue?
Yeah, but county council is part of that.
Oh, okay.
Okay. My family, like hundreds of others, has been trapped in a system designed to fail us. Despite our compliance with every requirement, our children have been removed and our families being systematically drained financially, emotionally, and spiritually, while those running the system profit from our pain. Greed is an addiction and it drives the system. Judges, social workers, and guardians ad litem frequently manipulate cases, prolong proceedings, and make misleading claims.
Excuse me, madam, Lisa, I'm sorry. This is not germane to the contract.
Oh, okay.
Thank you.
Sorry.
It's okay. You still have an opportunity to speak during public comment.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Okay, Carlo?
And again, it comes down to the accountability piece for the county council's office. How do we hold them accountable? Colonel, the other day I ran into a Marine dressed up in his dress uniform, and I asked him, when did he get the paperwork for his hearing? He said that day, that moment right there, right before his hearing. California law states 10 days before. County council knows this, and therefore we see civil rights being violated today at the national level. But these violations have been occurring in San Bernardino County for years on end under the purview of the county council. How do we hold accountable for these violations? I'm a United States veteran who served in special operations for over 13 years. I injured my back in a parachuting accident, and during my deployment in Africa, my unit came under enemy fire. I have faced danger and risked everything to defend the freedoms we hold sacred, which is also due process. As these contracts are coming up, right, for apportionment, how can we guarantee that the citizens' rights in all aspects are protected? Do we have any mechanism in this contract to enforce that the county council and their administrators are letting their line attorneys know that it is unacceptable, not only for myself, who served in Army Special Operations, to receive my filings 10 minutes after the hearing, which when you go to appeals court, they say, well, you had your chance. And then for a fellow Marine, a fellow brother, suited and booted, to have been treated in such a way. It is a disgrace. It is a travesty. I have buddies I buried in a flag in a box. And I'm sorry I'm getting emotional over this, but it is true. When it comes down to the money, this is what it's all about, because this is what you guys have the responsibility over. Not for civil rights violations, county council. Who's in charge? Everyone says, hey, not on my, I can't do nothing. It's something separate. But the money here, sir, Mr. Baca, commissioners, it is your purview. And you cannot, as Dante say, stay neutral in a moment of moral crisis. CFS has been doing this for years, maybe decades. It's under now your watch that families are being ripped away. The county council's watch that these violations continue over and over and over again. And how much money is that costing the county? When I had a social worker tell me he can close a case in 6 months, how are families languishing for over 5 years? County council, I would like to know. But in the end of the day, you have guys like me who hurt our backs, sacrifice our times with our family, and get relegated and get our filings as Ms. Glasgow confirmed at the moment of
That's
hearing.
time.
Thank you, Carlo, for your comments. I see there's no other public comments. Any comments or questions from the?
I'll move the item.
It's been moved by Supervisor Hageman, second by Supervisor Alman-Darmuth. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Okay, any opposed, any abstentions? Seeing none, motion carries. Okay, next on the agenda, we'll go to item number 48, introduction of the ordinance to grant a revenue franchise to the Bear Valley Electric Service Incorporated, being presented by Terry Thompson. And while he makes his way to the dais, I will open the public hearing. Mr. Thompson, the floor is yours.
Good morning, Chair Rao, Vice Chair Baca, board members. Purpose of this public hearing is to introduce an ordinance for granting a revenue franchise to Bear Valley Electric District. Next slide, please. As I mentioned, this item introduces a proposed ordinance granting an electric revenue franchise and franchise agreement to Bear Valley Electric Services. Pursuant to County Code Section 14.0701, the county may grant franchises along and over public roads and right-of-way within the unincorporated areas of the county for all lawful purposes. In general, a franchise is agreement between the county and a utility company to use the county's public roads and rights-of-way. Next slide, please. Since 1929, Bear Valley Electric Services has provided electric power to customers in Big Bear and surrounding areas. In May 24, 1971, the Board of Supervisors adopted Ordinance 1642 that granted an electric franchise to Golden State Water Company, under which BVES operated. On March 24, 2020, the board adopted resolution number 2020-26, consenting to the transfer of the franchise from GSWC to BVES. On September 9, 2025, the board adopted resolution number 2025-192, declaring its intent to grant the franchise and directing the clerk of the board to schedule a public hearing October 7th, 2025. Next slide, please. Next steps. Approval of this item will grant BVES electric franchise to operate within the county's public roads and right-of-way for a period of 10 years. This action will not impact ratepayers in the county's unincorporated area. Revenue to the general fund is expected to be approximately $207,000 annually. If approved, this ordinance granting the franchise will be placed on the October 21, 2025 consent calendar for final adoption and will take effect 30 days thereafter. Next slide. That concludes my presentation, and I'm available to answer any questions.
Thank you, Mr. Thompson, for that presentation. Any members of the public wishing to speak on this item?
No, Mr. Vice Chair.
Okay, seeing none, any questions or comments from the board? Okay, I will close the public hearing. Is there a motion?
I'll move it.
It's been moved by Supervisor Hagman and second by Supervisor Almendarez. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any abstentions? Any
So
opposition?
noted.
2 abstentions, abstention by Supervisor Cook and abstention by Vice Chair Rao. Thank you. Okay, next is public comments. Thank you, Mr. Thompson, for that presentation. I believe we have 3 public comments. The first one to speak is David Wilder. Followed by Jane Hunt Rubel.
Oh, okay. That'll help. Thank you. My name is David Wilder. I live in Mentone. 2 things that I need to bring up. Number 1, does the county have a policy prohibiting retaliation against whistleblowers? I have found no documentation of any kind. The second item is, does the county have a process for a person who has requested a reasonable accommodation or has had one that was removed to appeal that and present evidence that it is necessary? I have found no record that there is such a policy. I spoke with the ADA coordinator, who said that's not within her purview. I spoke with DOS HR, who explained that the director has control over reasonable accommodations. There's no right to appeal. I left my position as chair of the Senior Affairs Commission 20th of March of 24 because the department decided not to provide me with agendas. I dare say if the chair of the Board of Supervisors was denied access to an agenda, this would be a whole different meeting. The 20th of January was after I spoke here about retaliation. I received nothing. The clerk of the commission said everybody had gotten it electronically. There were 4 commissioners within earshot who said, we never received anything. Then the question is, if it was received by everybody electronically, why did every commissioner get a printed copy of the agenda packet, excluding me? I got nothing before, during, or after. I made up my mind to resign rather than cause myself additional stress, which I really can't afford. So when I resigned on the 20th of March, I should have received an agenda packet either the 18th or 19th. I received nothing. So those are my questions. Are there any protections? I've been advised by the state to hire an attorney and file suit. Department of Justice took 1.5 years to get back with me. They're busy with something. And their advice was to ask these 2 questions and provide them with the answers, and they would advise me further.
That's time.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Wilder, for your comments. Next up to speak is Jane Hunt-Rubel, followed by Carla.
Yeah.
Good morning, board members once again. Yes, I'm here to thank County Sheriff Department, County Fire, and Baca's office for really doing a pretty good job of protecting the community of Muscoy. And on the issue of the cameras, I don't know if you've installed them already, but there's still a lot of traffic on 2nd Avenue, people speeding in their dune buggies, going past speeding and going through the stop sign. So it's an ongoing problem, but I'd like to thank him for trying to keep it, especially the Sheriff Department, for keeping our neighborhood relatively safe. But and another item I just read in the newspaper, they're having, I'm going to attend it too, they're having a hearing at the county, excuse me, the county's, San Bernardino County, whatever, countywide, about the countywide policy plan, general plan, compliance with Assembly Bill AB 98. It is concerning the transportation, goods movement and transportation. And I'm really interested in that because on AB 617, representing San Bernardino Muscoy Committee, and we're always bringing it up at our meetings about the truck routes. And it's begun getting worse on Cajon Boulevard, the trucks coming down there and then they go under the bridge on Highland Avenue and they turn onto Mount Vernon Avenue now, and it's becoming unbearable. And then they reopen the bridge, and that's probably even worse. So I'm going to attend one of the city council meetings and complain about, I want to know what the county and the county and the city's plans are for truck routes, because they've been going through really I know State Street is a real problem because they have the off-ramp off the 210. But Macy Street has gotten impossible now too, with trucks and everything and more traffic. So I'd like to just bring that up as a public policy. Something needs to be done at coordinating with the city and the county about the truck routes because they own the place now, the truck companies, you know, and it's just getting unattainable, you know. There's so many car accidents now on the freeway and on the on and off ramps on University Parkway. And I just would like something done coordinating between the county and the city to find exactly where the truck routes are going to be.
That's time.
Thank you, Jane, for your comments. And our last request to speak is Carla.
So what I wanted to mention earlier was I got the filing that I received late, 10 minutes before my hearing, right? And it comes down to religious freedoms guaranteed by the First and also the 14th Amendments, right? Equal protection across the board. That's something Colonel, we both rose our right hands to affirm the Constitution. Thank you for that. Not many of us do that here. Not many of us take it seriously because I did have buddies die under the purview of that, and their service. But what I want to share is how can a social worker, on one hand, tell me on a phone call that this incident did happen when my daughter was attacked for having a Bible in her possession, and then in a court filing say it never happened, that the injuries she sustained were self-inflicted? Didn't the grand jury report already come out that CFS has been doing this over and over and over? Have they not learned? My case was elevated to the Civil Rights Office. And what do they care? They didn't care. In fact, talk about retaliation. They retaliated against me and threatened me about a month and a half ago that they were going to take my 1-year-old away. I said, do it. Bring it. Have a veteran dressed up in brown, a sheriff come in against another veteran, see what happens. But at the end of the day, what are they going to do when I have receipts?
That have 5 or 6 months of family maintenance, I could close it when they're stable. However, we have some issues. In reality, I gotta continue. And
So what are the issues?
Huh?
What are your issues?
Well, the whole Bible incident.
Oh, right.
The whole Bible incident, they weren't happy about it. You know, this whole back and forth, all of us, they weren't happy about it. So, you know, at the end of the day, like, if it was stable on mom's part, like, you know, stability is key in anything. Like, if we didn't have the Bible incident, then,
And when he later on described who they was, he said the courts, which is county council and CFS. They knew it. How was I even able to protect my own interests, my kids' interests, being handed 10 minutes, this garbage, slandering my name and my character and my service? But here we are. Not to mention the conversation I had with Ms. Glasgow. Mrs. Karen was outside telling me that there is in her opinion, a distinction when a woman gropes a child as compared to when a man does it. Is that the new standard here in San Bernardino, Colonel? I think not.
That's time.
Thank you, Carla, for your comments. No other public comments. This meeting is now adjourned. The next regularly scheduled board meeting of supervisors will be held on October 21st at 10 a.m. here in the board chambers. Thank you all for attending.